Now to the latest installment in our series, AI, Friend or Foe. Now, we've done a lot of stories on the potential dangers of AI on the lead, but today we're going to take a look at the potential positive. ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, other AI applications have exploded in popularity recently. They're used by tens of millions of Americans, businesses, the military. Here's a question, though. How are physicians using AI programs like these? And what could that mean for your healthcare? Well, I spoke with the founder of a leading medical AI app to find out.
There's 2 new medical studies published every minute, 24 hours a day. That's 20,000 new medical studies published every week. It's obviously impossible, inconceivable even, to think that physicians could possibly read all of those and keep up.
That's Daniel Nadler, founder of a fast-growing artificial intelligence platform called OpenEvidence, built specifically for doctors. Nadler says it's designed to help physicians keep up with an overwhelming and constantly expanding body of medical research. Nadler notes that if you narrowed down the material to just one doctor's one specialty, it would still take each doctor 9 hours a day to keep up.
OpenEvidence is an AI that is essentially a brain extender for these physicians that machine reads on behalf of these physicians a lot of these papers in near real time and helps them look up and ultimately answer very complex medical questions.
Nadler says that a majority of doctors in the U.S. are already using OpenEvidence. But in a field where the consequences can be life or death, relying on AI also raises serious questions.
So, Daniel, how do you prevent OpenEvidence from the hallucinations we see of OpenAI? How do you prevent that in this world, which is, the stakes are so much higher?
We struck official AI partnerships with the New England Journal of Medicine, with the American Medical Association, with NCCN and ACC, which are the leading medical societies in cancer and heart disease.
Instead of generating answers from the open internet, Nadler says OpenEvidence is designed to pull only from trusted human-written research.
It's actually much closer to search engines like Google, which have a much longer history than AI does of being able to rapidly find the right reference or rapidly find the right snippet of information in human-written text.
Daniel Nadler says one of the key benefits of OpenEvidence is helping doctors think beyond the standard diagnosis, especially in complex or unclear cases.
You have to put the same ones.
It's a scenario my own family knows all too well.
I showed unusual symptoms, so I had pain all over my abdomen instead of just my right quadrant, which is normally the standard appendicitis pain.
In 2021, my then 14-year-old daughter, Alice, nearly died after doctors misdiagnosed her perforated appendix.
The way that they ruled out appendicitis was by a jump test. I was asked to jump, and I was able to maybe get 1 inch off the ground, and just that ruled out appendicitis for all the doctors. And that's when they just declared it was a viral infection.
Theoretically, how would this have helped my daughter back when this happened to her in 2021?
If you type some of the factors that she experienced into an AI like OpenEvidence, it's not that it's going to identify the non-standard case as the most likely case, but what it's going to do is it's going to very quickly in the answer list the other things to look for, the other things to test for, the other things to consider.
To show how that works, Nadler ran Alice's case through OpenEvidence himself.
And in the case of your daughter's experience, it listed as one of the things to test for and consider, in your daughter's case, appendicitis, something that the physicians, in primarily considering the standard presentation of symptoms, would have not necessarily immediately thought of.
Here's what the AI returned when asked about Alice's case. Quote, for a teenage female with generalized abdominal pain and a negative jump test, the differential diagnosis should include viral gastroenteritis, but also appendicitis.
It's never going to take a non-standard presentation of symptoms like your daughter has and say to the physician, you know what, with certainty, it's definitely appendicitis. It's definitely this non-standard thing to look for. But what it will do is rapidly fill in maybe the second sentence or the third sentence or the fourth sentence that you should consider this.
So, not a diagnosis, but a nudge, a second set of eyes in a system where doctors are already overburdened.
If you have a very smart colleague, you make sure to sort of bounce things off of them, to sanity check things with them. And I think that's the best use of these technologies, the best use of open evidence, as essentially a digital colleague.
For Daniel Nadler, that's the role of AI in medicine, not replacing doctors, but backing them up. And in cases such as Alice's, where a misdiagnosis can turn critical, that could make all the difference.